Hi, everybody. Welcome to Square It Up. I'm Bill Swinford.
And I'm Monica Daniels.
So today we have a number of milestones on our podcast. Do you realize that? This is the earliest in the morning that we've shot one, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yeah.
First earliest we've recorded a podcast. And it's our 21st episode. So we've gone through 20. Our 20th episode was with Mark Kiesling and got a nice response to that. And this is also the first time that I've repeated a shirt on the podcast. So apparently I have 20 shirts. And the reason I know this is because our little opener thing that people, if you're watching on YouTube, would have just seen, I'm wearing this thing.
Okay.
And I'm wearing it again. And that's what you get at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I thought I was doing good until you pointed out that I have a coffee stain here, because that's all I've had today. And then I just sprayed myself with my water bottle. But you look great.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm good, other than the hot flash.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's about
You just want to talk about every ailment I have.
It's about 65 degrees in here, and yet
I'm having hot flashes.
Yeah.
But at least it's going to happen during cold weather, right?
How does that happen when you're in your 20s?
I know. I was going to ask that because she's been in her 20s.
I'm 52.
Wow.
See?
Not in my 20s.
See?
Yeah.
I thought she was in her 20s, and honestly, when you came in the first time with Bill, I thought, oh, go Bill.
See?
Wow, Bill.
You're 52?
I am 52. You're just now realizing
Wow. That gives me a lot to think about.
this. So, yeah, everybody who tells me that I look like I'm in my 20s are my best friends.
Yeah, well, then you tell them
I like
that you're
to keep
having
them
hot
around.
flashes.
That's a good thing.
And I'm having hot flashes, yeah.
That's the great thing about you is that whatever you're experiencing at the time, most of the people around you will know about it.
I'm pretty vocal when I'm suffering.
It's okay. It's all right.
I'm vocal about my pain.
Get it out there. Just
like,
don't hold it in.
All part of life.
I've been paying people. I want you to know.
Tom, man, did you have a good weekend?
I had a really good weekend. Vicky and I went to see a movie called Here.
We saw the trailer for that.
Totally different. And
Tom Hanks and Robin Wright.
yes.
I want to see that.
It's all done in one setting. Now, for me being creative, I was like, wait. It's like one camera angle, and it's done in one setting. So I was amazed with that. So here we are, Forrest Gump and Jenny. They're in the same movie again.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There's other folks in it as well.
And the same director from Forrest Gump.
Yes. Was it Zemeckis?
Robert Zemeckis?
Yes, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's really well done. It's a different movie because there's no close-ups or there's rare of those. You just see it's done almost like a play, but it's kind of, it goes back and forth in time. You have to kind of keep up with it.
It's like you're watching it from a picture on the wall, right?
Yeah, it's different, but it's about the seasons of life. It's kind of interesting, and you go through that, and you have to see it, but the whole point is you look back and you're going, wow, this was actually great. And the whole point is here. Everything took place in this house.
The same spot.
Same spot, the same room. And so that we did that, went to eat, just drove around a little bit. So that kind of thing. We just had a good weekend, kind of a good weekend.
I love that thought. I mean, that's not me. I've lived in more than a dozen houses in my life, but I love that thought of living your whole life in a family home like that.
I love family homes. Like that has been some of the toughest breakups I've had is family homes, watching them get sold because people are like, nobody wants to live in the town anymore, or everybody's gone away, and just watching those family homes go to other people.
My mom's father, my grandfather Eads, Granddad Eads, was born and died in the same house. He didn't die in the house. He lived there until they took him to the hospital where he died. But 105, lived to be 105 years. There was a time in his life where he wasn't there, but that he was able to move back there and raise his kids in the house in Paris, Illinois. And I love that. Now that like you were saying, that family home is no longer in our family, and that's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad. Well, let's talk happy.
Yeah.
There's happy things happening. And one of those things is happening this Thursday.
We have
in Herrin.
We have the personality event, which is something that's been going on for years now to supporting the Child Advocacy Center, which is an organization in Herrin that helps to rescue children out of abusive homes. And what the event does is we have all of these designer purses. Some of them are brand new. Some of them are gently used, but there's more than 60 of them, almost 70 purses. And there's a raffle. So for just a $25 ticket, you can get 5 tickets to raffle off of the purse of your choice. And then once you get there, if you see a purse that you absolutely fall in love with, then of course you can buy more tickets and have more opportunities to win that purse. But I have some details here. Let me read off to you about the night. The Herrin Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring it. It's at the Herrin Civic Center. The doors open at 5 o'clock. So you get $25 for a pre-sale ticket. So if you go ahead and purchase your ticket now, it'll be $25. If you wait till you go to the door, it'll be $30. So you get 5 drop tickets. You get 2 signature drink tickets. You get hors d'oeuvres. There's a live auction that's going to be available, and then the option to purchase extra tickets. So it's going to be a really fun ladies' night out, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be my first time. I'm also going to be working it, and you're going to be there helping out and working as well. So
come see us.
And if you can't make it and you still want to donate to a great cause, or you want to purchase some tickets, you can still purchase some tickets. I'll drop them into the purse of your choice for you to win. You want to contact me at the chamber. But
and I think probably it could go to the Facebook page for the Herrin Chamber of Commerce and find more information as well as the website. And that's also a path into being able to buy tickets in advance too, or they can just give you a call at the Herrin Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
So that's this Thursday.
This Thursday.
That makes it November 7th. And starts at, again, what time?
The doors open at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay. So that sounds like a lot of fun. I know that the Chamber has done that in the past. It's been a couple of years, but the Franklin Williamson Child Advocacy Center does, as you said, does such great work. Basically what they do is they have a home. I remember when it was a residence close to the school that I went to growing up in Herrin, and it has been turned into just a home that is a very comfortable, safe setting for children to come into and meet with caseworkers and others who need to kind of do an interview around a child abuse situation, and it makes it a less scary thing than doing that in a stale lawyer's office or somewhere else. And one of the things Personality does with the funds raised is they just make that even homier, with snacks and just the atmosphere for kids. And so we're grateful to the Chamber for taking that on, and we're grateful to the Child Advocacy Center for doing so many years of work. I think 30 plus years of work in Herrin. Okay, so check that out this Thursday if you can. We wanted to share a little Marion news. And by the way, if you haven't picked up on this already from other times, Monica is now the executive director of the Herrin Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep putting out that Herrin news along with our Marion news, Carterville. I mean, there's just so many great things happening in Williamson County and even beyond that we're going to continue to tell you the best of the things happening in our region. But of course, our offices are based on Marion Square, the Swinford Media Group, and so we'll always come back to the square and talk about things happening downtown and in Marion. And they are decorating for Christmas downtown in Marion now. They are putting up the Christmas decorations. It is after Halloween, at least. But I tell you what, we're only a couple of weeks away from having ice skating on the square, and I'm afraid the forecast seems to show that the cold's coming. So we'll be able to have ice skating on the square. We'll have our Very Merry Marion downtown parade that we'll be talking about more and more, and we'll be bringing that to you live again this year on the Swinford Media Group. So much exciting happening. Of course, Herrin has their Herrin Hometown Christmas that happens that launches the day after Thanksgiving. We're getting close to that already, folks. Like it or not, ready or not, here it comes.
Yes.
And as usual, I'm not even close to being ready, but we will get there. In the Marion Star that's on stands right now, there's a story at the top about some other good things happening in Marion, and this gets a little away from the square, but it's a good thing because it's in some of those areas of those commerce areas of Marion that have been maybe not have been a little neglected in recent years, and so it's kind of building up some of those areas for those businesses that are there. What Marion does is these TIF developments, these TIF agreements, which are tax increment financing districts where if you are located, if your business or even there's even residential ones, if you're located there, you can enter into an agreement with a city where you get back a little bit of your property tax money in order to reinvest into your property. And then in the long run, over a long span of time, you are able to make a nice investment in your own property. And so under those agreements, the Econo Lodge, which is down just off of Carbon and Route 13 there, has gotten an agreement to help the business build a bar and grill outside of the Econo Lodge. That's a nice thing for them. It's one of those hotels that there's been times when you thought it was going to close, and yet it keeps going, and now they are upgrading it, and that's nice to see. Also in this story, Aspire Yoga is purchasing an adjacent building to expand their business. And then there's a new Sunny Street Cafe location coming to Marion. Some of you may have visited the one in Carbondale. They're mostly to the south and east of us in the United States. But they are expanding up this way again, and they have bought property behind the Pilot truck stop that is at Halfway Road and Route 13. So you know where the Pilot is. They're about the area off of Halfway Road that you can turn in and go back into Sam's Club. They've bought property to put in a nice restaurant there. And so it's another nice restaurant coming to Marion. And then right across the street from there is where they're building that new Marriott hotel. Some people have questioned what that's going to be.
So that's what it is. That's here the Sam's and the church and everything else.
Yeah, that's going to be a Marriott that's been a hotel project that's been going on for quite a while. It's actually kind of changed over time. But all you see right now, I believe, is the elevator shaft.
Shafts, that's what you see.
And maybe one other piece to it. But that project continues, and eventually we'll have a Marriott there, and across the street, a nice sunny street cafe. So more good news for Marion as the development continues. And we talked about personality. I wanted to also mention, we had mentioned Hope Fest, that the Herrin House of Hope had a couple of Saturdays ago, and they have raised more than $75,000 through that Hope Fest event that they had at Community of Faith Church, and that is to build a new phase of the Herrin House of Hope, and we talked about that as well. And so that's a lot of the updates. We are seeing football season wind down. We, of course, stream football on the Swinford Media Group channels. And on Friday night, had a nice cold trip up to Highland and saw Marion's season come to an end.
Yeah.
But
cold night, right?
Cold night. And in Highland, we had, they have a small press box. It's a great school, great facility, small press box, which means that only Highlands people get to sit in it. And Marion not only has us as a live stream team, but they have 2 radio stations that follow the team. We were all sitting on the top row of the bleachers with tables in front of us on a 40-something degree night. And 40-something degrees as you're coming out of the fall feels extra cold.
It really does, yeah.
There'll be a time in January or February where it'll feel nice, but right now it feels extra cold. And our fingers were freezing, and Ross, my son Ross, and I were sitting there doing our best.
It's all about context, isn't it?
It is about context, and also it's about when your team is getting beat soundly, it's extra tough.
So Monica, you weren't with him?
No, I was working.
Well,
I was going to say, because next time bring her, because she has extra heater going on. So
Yeah, I've got that.
Well, that's right.
That hot flash going on right now.
Yeah, just snuggle up to that.
that's right.
I mean,
Yeah, she can.
be your personal radiator.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
Thankfully, I mean,
I feel like a radiator right now. Can
Yeah.
you feel is everything else hot, or is it just me?
it's
It's just you.
It's just you.
Goodness,
Yeah.
it's on in here.
God bless you. Here, I'll do this while we wrap things up.
It's gonna melt.
So we're going to keep it a little shorter today, but we did again have a like seeing such a nice response to our Mark Kiesling interview. If you haven't seen that, that's episode 20 of Squared Up. Didn't you enjoy that, Tom? Tom and I both used to work with Mark.
That was very good. The other thing is nice to have Mark kind of tell his story, and then I guess the big thing, sometimes we always don't know really what takes place, and the other thing is we like to demonize everybody about something, and
Right.
And I thought the situation was really really good, and you got to hear Mark's heart, and
Yeah.
and again, Mark's a super guy. Just to know a little bit of his story, we got to tell that too.
Yeah.
And then kind of we all remember Mark, so Mark's not going to be forgotten at all, and
No.
so it's he'll be there. So we'll see a lot of him.
Yeah.
I look
Future.
forward to seeing the next chapter for him.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be good.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he has just so much grace and character, and we know.
he's going to take a little time off, but he'll get back involved with things.
You know what I saw this morning? This really touched me. Is that his wife Judy
I saw this.
is
I did too.
is a long time Christian and believer, but she'd never had a water baptism, and Mark got the opportunity to baptize her
It was over the weekend. It was yesterday.
really
Over the weekend, right?
at the church they attended in
Sunday.
Carbondale.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
And what a beautiful thing that is.
That is.
Mark, of course, was married to a beautiful
Debbie.
woman, Debbie, for years and years and years, and they loved each other so much. And Debbie passed away several years ago now.
And then Judy's husband passed away too.
Oh, I didn't
So
realize
yeah,
that.
that was part of their connection. Judy
And then
helped Mark
God brought them together.
together, but they both had that loss. They've had those great loves in their life, so there's no regrets. And the two of them, that's Mark's story. So I got to work on that a while back and hear that amazing story, and Judy's story as well.
Yeah. So we're happy for Mark, and we're happy for all the other good things that we were mentioning this morning. There are other things, I'm sure, that oh, hey, before we get off, I want you to take the opportunity because you still do a little side work with Lancome,
Yeah.
and I want you to give that a plug.
So we have a large event coming up on November 15th. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Sensational. It's a really great opportunity to save money. There's rewards, prizes, gifts, and it's just a big party. So, but the really neat thing too is that Lancome is bringing in a national makeup artist. His name is Alex Sanchez. He has actually done makeup for celebrities before. Very, very gifted makeup artist. He's going to be there from 11 to 4. There's a few appointments left if you want
This
to.
is November the 15th.
15th on a Friday. There's a few appointments left. So if you want to get in on an appointment or even just show up, you never know. Sometimes people have things come up and there might be an open slot that pops up for you. You can go ahead and get an appointment in there.
And of course, the Lancome counter is at Dillard's, and that's where the event will be.
Yep. And I will be there. It'll be my official last day at Dillard's. So I'm passing the Lancome baton off to Denise, who is going to be coming over from the Estee Lauder counter. She's been working Estee Lauder, but her heart is with Lancome. That's all she uses. So she's going to be just great. So the right person came along to take that over.
And you've managed to stay on long enough to help them get through this event and on a very part-time basis, but you are basically working 2 jobs right now.
Yeah.
And having hot flashes.
And then having hot flashes.
So say a prayer for Monica.
It could be worse, right?
Tom, you got anything else?
I really don't have much today. It's just a good week. Looking forward to things coming up. A lot of things coming up. We're getting toward the holidays, and we're moving into that. And now with Christmas lights showing up in Marion, we'll be moving in that season.
All right.
So, yeah.
Thanks for joining us as we get squared up for our week. And we will be back next week with another podcast to tell you about the latest and greatest. You doing okay? All right.
I'm fine. I'll make it.
The water's cold.
It could be worse.
Yeah, thanks for the
It
water
could be
talk.
summertime.
See the steam.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just, for the first winter in my life, I'm not going to be cold. And I'm looking forward to it.
God bless y'all. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.